Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of MidRank Madness. This is a game between ProCoW and chainick on Honorgrounds, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is chainick, represented by the Terran race spinning logo. And in the bottom left side of the map here on Honorgrounds, we have the blue Protoss player, ProCoW. ProCoW. He's a professional cow who plays StarCraft 2 very, very well, because this is a diamond level replay sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of mid-rank madness. I sent a whole pack of these to my screeners. Extra thanks to Don and Uncle Vinny for getting through those. They found a couple that were the best. This is one of those. Very excited to bring it to you. As you can tell, it's a bit of a longer match, but that I'm very hopeful. That means it's very interesting. Lots of crazy stuff happening. And that down to the end, you're not quite sure who's going to win. At least that's something that I had a little birdie whisper to me previously. So we do have an assimilator here from ProCoW. Has his first gateway coming on up. This is prior to the adept change. There was a small little adept change about a week or so ago. Actually, I should probably get the patch number that this is on. But regardless, I am casting... No, did I have to load? You know what? No. There's an adept change they're talking about doing, but it's not out yet. I did not have to load a different version of Brood War in order to get this up. So I did cast this on the 21st of April, which is a while ago. I know, you're like, holy smokes. Yeah, my buffer is really healthy right now. I'm so paranoid, you guys, that I'm gonna get sick and be out for a few days. And if I don't have a buffer, you guys will miss your casts, and that just hurts my heart. Everybody deserves to have StarCraft every day in their lives, and if you don't need it that day, that's totally fine, but having the option is what you need. Reaper on the way from chainick. This Reaper's name is Jokey Smurf. The Smurfs got tired of him always pranking them with exploding gifts, so they magically grew him and stuck him in a Reaper suit. Now he must destroy 5 enemy worker units to get the components for Papa Smurf to shrink him back down to size. Oh, Jokey Smurf, nobody likes you. Why would you do that? Why would you mess with other Smurfy friends? Oh, get the probe. Go back and get the probe, chainick. Oh, we didn't see it. He didn't see the probe. That is the luckiest probe on planet Earth, holding this on like a watchtower. So dang lucky. Okay, now here's the problem. Here's the problem, Jokey Smurf. You're going up against a Protoss player. You did scout the correct direction initially. Oh, actually, free probe. Yes, there's a probe coming over here to the natural base and does throw down a pylon before it dies, but that's one. That is one for Jokey Smurf. So far, so good. There is an adept here, though. Oh, man, get out. Run. No, no, no. You can't stay there. You're going to take one shot, maybe two. No, KDA charge almost gets the adept, but well dodged. Well dodged indeed by the Jokey Smurf. Hey, let me know about the volume in this one. I did knock it down just a little bit. If you can still hear the music and you can still hear the sound effects over, and my voice, and nothing's like too overpowering either way, I think I got it where I want it based on some tests I've done. But if not, let me know. Oh, is he going to get 2 kills? Ready, set, come on, get it. Get it. Yes, does get it, but can he jump down and survive and get out of there? Yes! Jokey Smurf has 2 of the 5 kills that he needs. So far, so good. Do not stand there and die because there's an adept coming this way. Okay, adept's going to murder this SCV, though. SCV, you can run, holding this on like a watchtower. Nope, doesn't even try to run, and then the adept takes the tower. Can see this Reaper sitting here. I'm not quite sure what she's all about. She's not facing the correct direction, though, so maybe that explains why the Reaper is alive. Oh, there's a adept patrolling up here, and get out of there. Good reaction time, actually, by chainick. That first shot, it's enough to get out. Coming up, this is actually a pretty successful Reaper, I'd say. Is able to scout out the early Stargate and the robotics facility. Might get another probe kill here if he's lucky. There's no mothership core here at all. And focusing down, gets the probe, gets 3 kills, but no, the adept finishes him off. Oh, Jokey Smurf, you almost made it. You almost made it, but the revenge of your friends made it so you died. The other Smurfs were so mad at you that you are now dead, which is just bad news. Bad news all around. Starport with medevacs on the way. Additional barracks coming in. Widow mines on the way from chainick as well from Tur BHD. I don't know what Tur is like. Tur just a way of saying te, but it's like an 8th evolution of the word the. Tur BHD, which could stand for big. I'm not even going to go there. Not going there. And it is an Oracle. All right. So 2 names in this cast. Oracle name is, yes, it is the best Oracle name ever. It is El Caro, the Mexican dyslexic Oracle. El Caro likes to feed on many enemy drones and tacos. Elcaro the Oracle makes me so happy when this person suggested it. I mean, it was like a month ago now because that's how this works with these lists. But dang, it was a great name. Very pleased. Very pleased with this one. So let's see how many workers Elcaro can get, considering the fact... Oh, maybe defensive play. There is a medevac flying in here. And the medevac's like, oh, everybody's ready for me. Everybody's ready for me. Wait, they moved the wrong direction. Time to unload. Oh, does burrow the Widowmine. Widowmine, if it fires... Oh, gets the mothership core. Time warp goes down, which is weird. So it does kind of slow these dudes. The Adepts are getting taken down. Elcaro does have 0 kills, but helps kill some of those Marines. There are 2 Marines in the medevac. There's a Widowmine here as well. The Widowmine cooldown is still coming down. Stalkers here for ProCoW. I'd like to get some detection, and there's an observer in production for ProCoW from the robotics facility. Just not there yet. There's a Phoenix flying in as well. Gonna try to kill this medevac, and oh, the Widowmine's readied. The Widowmine is ready. To be careful flying around there. No, Elcaro, no! Oh, Elcaro. Elcaro is dead. Alright, well, the Widowmine gets killed. Revenge is there anyway. Third Nexus is up for ProCoW. And this drop fairly well gets shut down. I mean, a Mothership Core and an Oracle died. But 5 Marines, a medevac, and a Widowmine is not necessarily a fair trade. Terran player didn't do as well as he could in that situation, but trying to make things happen. Again, getting an Oracle is always nice. Don't have to worry about it back home if you kill it over here. So Oracle never even really made it across the side of anything. Did the Oracle get any kills? Maybe one. Maybe 1 kill right before she died. I don't know. It's hard to say. It may just be wishful thinking on my part. Marines and Widowmines coming from the bottom right to the bottom left, trying to see what damage they can do. Probe scouted this from ProCoW, so he knows this is coming. Can he photon overcharge? Did he not replace his mothership core? He didn't replace his mothership core. Oh no. Oh no, Marines and Widowmines are here against Stalkers and Adepts. 2 observers for these Widowmines we're dealing with. I'm liking it. I'm liking that. Widowmine does fire on one of the Adepts, but just standing in and taking it as ProCoW. Lifting the other one is the Phoenix, but 2 more Widowmines coming in here at the same time, and they can see it, which means they can knock it down with Stalkers. The Adepts just going to have to stick in the back here. I feel like ProCoW could take this down pretty easily if you just left the Adepts at home and went in there with these 8 Stalkers, which do not have +1 attack, but I don't think it really matters. ProCoW is just really indecisive right now. The Marines overextend. 2 of them die. Widowmines are ready to fire, but again, I don't know how much that really matters. Oh, Phoenix does get hit, even though the targeting thing disappeared. Is that how that works? The Widowmine targeted the Phoenix. I thought it got out of range in time, but it actually fired anyway and took down the Phoenix. Strangely enough. All right, Stalkers, you got this thing. There are only, what, 6 Marines on the ground. They do have combat shield. They do have stims. They're a little scary, but you outnumber it severely here. With 10 Stalkers, yeah, you got it, and some Adept support at the same time. These Widowmines are causing some problems for ProCoW. He seems very afraid of the Widowmine, which, okay, I mean, they do one-shot your Stalkers, but you outrange them. You outrange them, lad. Double starport on the way from chainick. More Marines coming to the front line, more Widowmines here from chainick as well. Really likes his Widowmines, but he keeps walking up to the Stalkers without Widowmine support, and this is getting murdered. Unfortunately, he's lost a lot of Marines, actually. 24 Marines have died so far in this game. It is 52 to 60 Harvesters. ProCow's doing a pretty good job with the macro during all of this attack at his front, which is a good sign of a good diamond player. They don't forget things like that. Marines just keep getting picked off. Widowmines keep getting killed. The Observer is doing its job so extremely well here. There's the scan. Observer has to stay out of there. Observer can't get too close to the Widowmine or it will get one shot. Ooh, Fusion Core. Fusion Core on the way from chainick. I'm not sure if that's for the extended reach of the Defender mode for Liberators or it's for Battlecruisers, but either way, I'm very excited to see what it's going to be. Widowmines really want to kill this stuff. Where's your Observer? The Observer is there. So again, the micro's pretty good out of ProCoW. And what have we traded here? He's lost 4 Adepts and a Phoenix in exchange for 7 Widowmines, 29 Marines, and a medevac. So far, so good for a Protoss player. 1,600 resources lost for the Protoss compared to 2,400 lost for chainick. Third base up for chainick. The production tab says Battlecruiser. He is going Battlecruiser. Oh, chainick. All right, this is going to be good. This is going to be interesting. I don't know how good Battlecruisers are against Protoss. I mean, Tempests are really good against them, but ProCoW has to know they're coming first, I guess. A lot of Marines on the ground for chainick, but this is a Stalker Adept group, and I just think straight up, that our Protoss player might win this thing. There are a couple Marauders doing a lot of damage from behind the lines here, but they're getting focused down now. Stalkers trying to get rid of them. Sentries attacking as well. Guardian Shield is up, covering most of this army. A lot of Stalkers just died there. How many? 10 Stalkers died during that battle, but picking off a couple medevacs is always very nice if you're ProCoW. And still, I feel like the resources lost is favoring our Protoss, and it definitely is at this point. About 2,800, 3,800 rather, lost for the Protoss. And actually 37 for the Terror. Never mind. It did not go as well as I thought. chainick getting the better end of that. You don't really want to fight with gateway units against Marine Marauder Medevac. Just not going to go well for you. I guess the extra Marauders were a little bit better than I thought. Against straight Marine, they should have been okay, but you know what? Sometimes you don't know who's going to win these battles until they are over. ProCoW's, you know, a fourth Nexus just now finishing for ProCoW, getting Void Rays. Okay, Void Rays are actually pretty good against our Battlecruisers because they're armored. You don't know about this though, right? You don't know about the Battlecruisers. They're hiding in the back, as they probably should at this point. Oh, one is moving to the front. So just kind of augmenting his Marine Marauder Widowmine Medevac army with some Battlecruisers. I mean, he's not going mass BC, although he is triple pumping them. Ah, Fleet Beacon on the way for ProCoW and another Stargate. Does he know? He must have caught a glimpse of something Battlecruiser-y, because he's doing a great job. If he gets Tempest with this without actually seeing a BC, I'm going to be very impressed. And perhaps a little bit suspicious as well. +1 air weapons on the way from the ProCoW. Vikings coming in from chainick as well, basically sky terraning it. At this point in time, I really want to see when that Fleet Beacon finishes, what ProCoW does with it. And again, a Stalker, Zealot, Sentry army against this, I just don't know. The Zealots need to be in the front, first of all. Zealots are not in the front. They really should be in the front. Good job with the micro, staying out of the Liberator Defender mode circle. That's what you want to do. You don't want to go into it if you don't have to. I mean, if you're trapped and the only way out is through a circle, you just do it. Don't dance around it. You're going to wish you just went for it. You'll lose stuff, but in the end, it's a better option. Better choice, in my opinion. Okay, so Fleet Beacon's done. No sign of Tempest from ProCoW. So I'm feeling, okay, so he still doesn't know about the Battlecruisers, even though I feel like he should have scouted this by now. It's been a while. So Marines and Marauders against Stalkers. The Zealots are finally getting in here to absorb some damage. They are dying quickly, but they're absorbing damage very well. Trying to focus down this command center. Never mind, turning his attention to the Marines and the Marauders instead. And again, these Stalkers with +1 attack just aren't tanky enough to go against Marines and Marauders with medevac support and the stim and the combat shield on the +1/+1. So they did force a cancel on this fourth base for chainick down here towards the left, which is excellent news. Widowmine does have some stuff. No kills, Widowmine. 1 kill. Widowmine. Warp Prism at the front doing some things. We do have 5 Void Rays now, which, you know what, might be enough to turn the tide. Might be enough to turn the tide. These Liberators are not in anti-air mode. There's a single missile turret here. Adepts waltzing in to the natural base. Going to pick off a few Marines that are left alone there. Now they're kind of trapped behind enemy lines, though. Going after some of these SCVs, he should really attack with this group while this is going on. Pro tip from Falcon Paladin. I know it requires multiple attention to detail and stuff. Oh, they got in. They warped into the main mineral line. Wow, ProCoW doing an amazing job against these SCVs. He has already killed 17. It is now 76 to 47 harvesters. Does he see? Oh, the Battlecruisers have revealed themselves. Okay, ProCoW is continuing to make Void Rays. Tempest might be better. They might be better, I don't know. These Adepts don't even have resonating glaives, and they're just laying waste to this SCV group. But there's the Battlecruiser group. There are 7 of them. And they are mad. The Adepts walking right under them and just getting obliterated, which is bad news. Void Rays coming through, trying to deal with this army. But no, Widowmine's doing big-time splash, and the missile turret also chasing them away. chainick's 4th base is safe for now. Battlecruisers up for chainick. He doesn't have any upgrades for them at all, period. Which seems like a problem, but Marines getting murdered. Stalker Void Ray pretty good against Battlecruiser. Use Prismatic Alignment. They can't. It's on cooldown. Oh no, more BCs, Marauders, and Vikings coming in. The Protoss army is in a severe amount of damage. Amount of trouble right now, taking on tons of damage. And yeah, that's going to be it for ProCoW. Wow, that army is toast. Some Void Rays do come in with their Prismatic Alignment, but they're getting taken down by Vikings extremely well. Did one of them tactical warp out of there? Tactical jump out of there? No, tried to. I think one tried to get out, but the Void Rays burned him down, but those Void Rays are now gone. chainick is working on weapon refit, giving these guys the Yamato Cannon ability, which is one of my favorites dating back to the original StarCraft, which I actually started replaying a while ago. I got Brood War working on my computer, and I was like, you know what? It's been a while since I played the campaign of StarCraft, like a really long time, and that would be super fun. Adepts here, boof, just waltzing into some Widow Mines, trying to deal with Marines and Marauders by themselves. It's just not gonna work out that well. Battlecruisers going to town on this natural base of ProCoW. 3 Void Rays. Oh, actually 5. Nope, 4 Void Rays. 4 Void Rays. Trying to kill these BCs. They're thinking about tactics. Are they getting out? You know what? I think the last couple have actually made it out, as only 1 BC has died. Using it as a tactical retreat ability is probably the best use of that ability for the Battlecruiser, I would have to say. There we go, getting out. Low on energy, need to get back home, and get repaired. You have to actually repair them, though, is how this works. A couple Battlecruisers still here. 4 kills, 12 kills. This BC is a sergeant, but more Void Rays keep popping out. Yamato Cannon killing 1. Get out of there. Does get out of there. Look at that. Look at this tactical warp ability. Only has lost 1 BC to this point. They're all home. It's going to be expensive to repair them. Obviously, these SCVs do have auto repair turned on. Beautiful choice there by chainick. Just deal with them as fast as you can. Holding this front is chainick. A 5th base is up for ProCoW now. Good golly, Miss Molly. Doing well. I mean, he's been under fire for a lot of this game and been applying pressure as well. And to be sitting here on 5 bases at 16 minutes is actually pretty darn impressive. Ton of mules called down at chainick's 4th base along the bottom side of this map. How many mules is that? 8 mules? 8 mules tossed down. No planetary fortresses, I assume. Unless he's really been saving up that energy, which is entirely possible. Void Rays and Adepts here. Oh, these mules might die. Void Rays just destroying them so quickly. Adepts don't even have resonating glaives, and again, it just doesn't matter. They are absolutely murderers of workers. 2 mules did survive the massacre there. How many have died? It doesn't show how many mules get killed, which is always a little bit weird to me. Why would you not show that? I don't know. Adepts trying to kill these SCVs that are repairing the Battlecruisers. The Battlecruisers take exception to this and murder the Adepts with extreme prejudice. You know what else I saw today? Somebody put the 8-bit sounds and music from Contra for the original Nintendo to some clips from Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it was really interesting, actually. It's pretty much the whole movie, just little clips into about a 7-minute, 5-6 minute video with, again, Contra sounds and Contra music. And it's actually just a weird mashups with some retro stuff going on there. And actually, probably, I think they come out at the same time, but Predator was, man, was that early 90s? I want to say that was early 90s, and the NES came out late 80s, so not entirely the same time, if my memory serves, and I'm not sure that it does, but it was still fun to see kind of 2 nostalgic things mashed together there. I'm not going to put a link in the up this top right, because I'm not going to remember that when this posts, but go look for it. Go look for Contra with Predator, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Void Rays versus Marines, usually not great, but when there are this many Void Rays, 9 Void Rays versus about 6 Marines, they're going to be okay. As it turns out, small group here from chainick just getting blown apart. But guess what? The Battlecruiser group is back, and now there are 11 of them. 11 BCs here at the natural base of ProCoW. Do they have upgrades yet? No, it still doesn't matter. Still doesn't matter. There are just too many of them. But here come the Void Rays from the backside. The Vikings getting picked off first, which makes a lot of sense. BC's trying to get out of... Oh, BCs are actually dying. Can they get out? One does tactical warp out, but every single Void Ray dies to Yamato Cannon. BCs are attacking these interceptors, and they all tactical warp out of there. I think they had it. I think the BCs could have taken down these 4 carriers if they just focused on the carriers instead of the interceptors. There were Adepts on the ground. They're not going to help. They're not going to help. That was probably a premature retreat out of chainick. Dude, stay in there. You still had 9 Battlecruisers against 4 carriers. He panicked is what he did. He saw the carriers. He panicked. He got out of there, which, I mean, it's a probably fairly smart decision, but at the same time, I think it just wins that battle, destroys these Stargates, and I think that's it for ProCoW. So, hard to say. ProCow's going for a 6th base, though, you guys, up here in the top left-ish side. Not all the way in the top left, but in the natural base of the top left spawning location is where it is. And a 5th base here for chainick, just north of his 4th. An Adept carrier army trying to come in and do some high ground harass on this 5th base of chainick. There are a couple missile turrets, but not really enough with this many carriers with +1 attack on the interceptors here. Battlecruisers do show up, though. There are some stalkers on the ground, but holy Yamato Cannon! Wow, and the carriers are gone. A moment of silence for the carriers. And by gone, I mean there's one that's still alive, but now it's dead. Adepts on the ground, a couple stalkers on the ground, just not enough. Big, huge warping of stalkers. The +1/+1/+1 for ProCoW. That's good to see. Quadruple pumping carriers is ProCoW. These battlecruisers, man, 16 kills, 11 kills, 10 kills, 8 kills. Stalkers on the ground, pretty good. There's a tactical jump out. Another BC going to get low on HP. I don't know if it actually even matters here. Those tactical jump out of here. Stalkers are falling way too quickly for them to efficiently deal with this. Carriers coming on in again. Dude, take out the carriers. You got this, battlecruiser friend. One of them low on HP and doesn't get out, does explode. There's a carrier or a battlecruiser death there for you. +1 attack is on the way for the air units for chainick. Chainick, it is chainick, isn't it? One tactical jumps out, the other one tactical jumps out. Man, that is such a fast thing. Tactical jump when you're down to like 2% health and you can still make it out. It's like less than a second when you click that button to get out of there. So it's really strong ability here. 3-4 BCs trying to deal with the carrier, and they tactical jump back to home. Need those SCVs back, man. Need a lot of SCVs with that auto repair turned on. This one doesn't have auto repair turned on. Turn it on. Turn it on, chainick. Meanwhile, the army says the battlecruisers aren't going to play. Let's get rid of this 5th base of my opponent. Some Widow Mines do fire, but then get blown out of the ground by the stalkers and the carriers. But here comes the Yamato cannon again, all over those battlecruisers. Crikey. That's a lot of dead. That is a lot of dead carriers. 7 dead carriers, 95 dead interceptors. Resources lost to this point are 38,800 for the Protoss player. Wow, compared to a very economical, incredibly economical 13,000 for chainick. He's even lost 37 SCVs. He's just doing a great job keeping his battlecruisers alive, is what it is. More giant group of mules called down. This time it is 13. It is 13 mules getting called down. Stalkers and voiders and carriers trying to knock down the rocks, giving themselves an additional attack into this 5th base. But fresh mules, too much of a temptation. They go right after the fresh mules. Missile turret trying to beat these void rays, and does with the repair. Oh, with the repair, the SCV's saving the day there. More Yamato cannon firing, more tactical jump, pulling back to safety from a chainick. Battlecruisers looking strong here. They don't even have +1 attack yet. +1 armor is also being researched, which is excellent news. And once they have upgrades, these guys are going to be really great. Chainick, man. Great patience on display. Hasn't actually killed a base yet, which I feel like is a problem. If you're trying to beat a Protoss player, you got to start killing bases. Chainick has a 6th base up here on the right side of the map, at about the middle. Is that placed correctly? Could that be closer? Maybe that couldn't be closer. Maybe that couldn't be closer. Oh yeah, let me know in the comments if you want me to post any of my own like Brood War campaign games. I don't know if you'd be interested in seeing that. But more Void Rays coming in, dealing with the BCs, getting out for the most part. One has died here. More Yamato cannon as they can, but that cooldown is a long one. As it turns out, Void Rays just desperately trying to kill these dudes, getting shot directly in the face, though. That +1/+1 has kicked in on the BCs. Stalkers on the bottom, Void Rays on the top. Missile turrets assisting on the top here as well. The Stalkers doing fairly well in this situation. Adepts trying to fight. Oh, actually killing the SCVs that are repairing the battle cruisers. Nicely done, Adepts, well, for the most part. Anyway, we're looking at 132 lost interceptors for ProCoW and 7 carriers. 85 Stalkers, 36 Void Rays have been killed as well. That's just a lot. That's a lot of Void Ray. BC's pulling back a little bit. Do we have any SCVs willing to repair? It's a dangerous job, but someone's got to do it. ProCoW has, okay, ProCow's up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 bases now. He's up to 8 bases. 8th base is under construction at the natural, or 3rd base location, and a 9th base at the same time. ProCow's like, you know what? If your army is this slow and this battlecruiser based, I'm going to expand everywhere. I'm going to Zerg this up. I'm going to out-macro you. I might lose more when it comes to resources and units, but I will be able to remax in a second or two with my giant bank, and then we'll see who's laughing. Actually, chainick's down to 40 SCVs. Has he just not replaced the one that he's lost? No, he's lost more. He's lost 63 SCVs at this point, which is bad. More mules being called down to repair these battle cruisers that do have the +1/+1. They're working on +2/+2. We'll see if they get there. Yamato cannon time on these carriers. Get out. Ron, you can't get out. No. Carriers exploding. without getting a single shot off. Ugh. Fifth base of a ProCoW. There are some pylons here, doesn't really matter. Has he really not replaced his mothership core? I don't think ProCoW bothered replacing his mothership core after the first one died. I don't understand it. Looks like he might get a base. Chainick might right here. This fifth base is under direct assault. Probes are being forced to retreat. And the Nexus does explode, but some Stalkers moving over looking for additional bases of Chainick. They find this one on the right. Chainick doesn't even have this as a planetary fortress. Are you kidding? Wow, he's going to make this an orbital command. Stalker's going to burn it down, though. Battlecruiser should probably tactical jump over here and save it if you're Chainick, but maybe he just wants to kill bases that are already mined out. ProCow's fourth base is here, already totally mined out. Yamato cannon being used on pylons, I guess. Maybe not the best use of the ability, but that fifth base of Chainick, actually sixth base of Chainick on the right side is toast. And ProCow's eighth is still happily mining. Third base by ProCoW, again, totally mined out. Not sure that Chainick needs to make a focus of this, but whatever. +2/+2 is done. He's working on +3/+3 and more Battlecruisers all the time. These production facilities for ProCoW are pretty precious. Oh, he tactical jumps. Tactical jumps back to the fifth base, which he really can't afford to lose right now, so everybody comes home to deal with a group of Stalkers. That's actually a lot of Stalkers. That is 21 Stalkers. 21 Stalkers on the ground. BC left alone with the +2/+2 against the carriers that in fact do have the +2/+2 and a +1. Battlecruiser did win that fairly well, then tactical jumped out. So again, this kind of harkens back to the Brood War days when you could actually beat carriers with Battlecruisers if you focused down the carriers themselves. It was just a better battle, and it seems to be the same case, at least in this patch of StarCraft 2. Chainick tried to throw down some command centers, some manor command centers over by ProCow's fourth base, but that one got shut down pretty easily by some adepts. Stalkers moving in, picking off some Battlecruisers, some wounded Battlecruisers that are alone, and they get them. They get them, and then they retreat. And then they pull back. Some nice hit-and-run tactics here by ProCoW, recognizing I can't really win a straight fight against this as it stands, but getting out, staying alive, expanding a ton, killing the expansions of my opponent will eventually lead to victory. One Stalker, rather, coming in and is like, what up? Hey, are they still coming? They're still coming. Oh. I will get back to the rest of my friends then. Blink being researched by ProCoW. Doesn't have Blink yet. These guys have been this effective without Blink, which is kind of amazing. Tactical jumping over to his old sixth base is Chainick, but the Protoss army is already gone by the time they get there. Yamato cannon catches one of the only carrier, and blows it out of the sky. 11 carriers have died. There's one remaining for ProCoW. Keeping these Stargates and Gateways alive has been incredibly important for ProCoW. I don't know what other production facilities he has. I really feel like if Chainick just tactical jumped right here, got rid of these 3 Stargates and these 6 gateways, 8 gateways, he would just straight up win. I really do. Some adepts waltzing on in to this 5th base of Chainick, going after SCVs, trying to kill missile turrets. SCVs running for their lives. Only 22 remaining for Chainick right now, and he's not really making any more, which seems to be a bit of a problem. He has a command center under production. Oh, okay, at his 5th base, which is actually canceled because the SCV who was building it is dead. Adepts really going to town on these SCVs. They are not having a good day. Not even in the teeniest and tiniest of bits. Battlecruiser's very upset. They have +3/+3, 18 kills. He's a captain. 26 kills. He's a commander. Stalkers, again, you just can't win the fight straight up against these BCs. You can try to hit and run, which is fine, but these there are 12 SCVs remaining for Chainick. He is making more. I don't know how. There's the tactical jump on top of some of these Stalkers, killing a couple of those and a sentry, which is totally fine. But these guys, you can't chase that army. That army is too fast, especially with Blink. Get in here and destroy the production facilities of the Protoss player. These warp gates are keeping him alive. He's even using one of the Stargates right now. That's what he's doing. Chainick just seems a little lost. A little bit lost, which I can't really blame him for. BCs are just slow. As defensive units, they're not that great. Chasing armies around, they're not that great. Okay, so he just comes right into the natural base, goes after the Twilight Council, which could be used to upgrade to Resonating Glaives, but is gone now. Again, this Nexus is pretty much entirely mined out. Useless. Ah, we're base racing it. ProCoW gets the 5th base here out of Chainick. Chainick, I don't know if he has any mining income at all right now. Somehow he has... Wait, 1, 0. There it is. There's the 0. 0 per minute. ProCow's at 3,000, 1,000 right now. I think this is just going to straight up turn into a base race. ProCoW has a bunch of stalkers on the ground. He has 41 stalkers with +2, +2, +1, where +2 is the shield upgrade. And here we go. chainick going after these warp gates, going after pylons, killing void rays that wander out of these stargates in just the wrong place and the wrong time. Fleet beacon gone, stargates gone, void rays coming out of this. He should cancel this. ProCoW, cancel this cancel this void ray. Doesn't matter. It gets destroyed before anything comes out of it anyway. So ProCoW, with the loss of this gateway, is down to a 1 gateway and a robotics facility for what can produce units right now. This is nuts. Warping back home is chainick, and the stalkers just walk away. Just walk away. Just walking away here. Is ProCoW going to make any more gateways? He's making stargates. Oh, here we go. He's making a lot of stargates and a lot of gateways, just kind of up here on the right side, middle of nowhere, in the top right spawn position. If this gets scouted, though, I don't know. I don't know. chainick needs something to chase down these stalkers. That group keeps getting bigger. Well, no, it doesn't. There are still 41. Giant liar. But regardless, this robotics facility is going to die. The final gateway for ProCoW is going to die here as well. The cybernetics core. Oh, if he'd killed that, replanting these stargates would have been really hard to do as fast as he did it. So luckily, ProCoW hold on to that one. chainick doesn't know where most of these bases are. He has an inkling of a suspicion. Their base is in the top left, but otherwise he's at a bit of a loss here. Stalkers wandering in to this main base of chainick. And a base race is not really in chainick's favor right now. ProCoW has all the advantages in that he can walk away when the battlecruisers show up and just spend all day burning down these structures of chainick's. And if the battlecruisers come back, right, like they do to defend, then ProCoW can just re-macro up. Unless he stands in and loses a bunch of stalkers, which he lost a couple, but is able to blink out of there in time. I would say these Widow Mines on this ramp at the main base of chainick are having a great time. 6 kills and 4 kills each there. Here we go. 2 battlecruisers from chainick up here at ProCow's. I want to say that's like his 6th base. Up here at this natural, the top left spawning position, trying to kill the Nexus all by their lonesome, trying to kill probes, 24 kills and 6 kills each on these 2 dudes. A carrier is up for ProCoW. He's making, is he making more? No, just more Nexuses. He's taking so many bases. He's taking the top right bases as well, which is just nuts. Stalkers keep getting picked off by Yamato Cannon. Ooh, that's a lot of dead stalker, actually. Down to 24. Down to 24 from 41 is not where you want to be. These battlecruisers still having a great time at this base they took down of ProCow's. Going after the 7th now, although stopping for an assimilator temporarily. Killing another probe. It's still 70 probes for ProCoW, though, and he's just running. He's just running his probes away to one of his other many bases he has. That he's not really mining from yet, so he can afford to send some probes there. No big deal. ProCoW has 6,800 minerals and 500 gas in the bank right now. Not as much gas as you would think, as it turns out, but still not terrible. Viking here for chainick inside the main base of ProCoW. Might as well land and start killing stuff, dude. You have nothing else going on. Nothing else going on in your life, buddy. Battlecruisers at the Nexus, this 8th base of ProCow's. Is that an 8th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th. 7th base is going after. The 8th base is the 3rd base location of the top left, as I mentioned previously. Battlecruisers trying to come in here to the top right, but enough void rays to kill 2 battlecruisers. The answer is 9. The answer is 9. Void rays are enough. Tactical jump into this base. Here we go. Void rays in a bad place, yo. Yamato cannons on the void rays. They get taken out of the picture fairly quickly. Stalker's trying to assist here as well. Moonero, you can't get out. You can't get out. Stand in and fight. Stand in and fight. chainick, you got to get the void rays first, though. They're a big deal. Big warp into stalkers from ProCoW. That was huge along this left side. Stalkers are dying. Void rays, 3 more void rays showing up. This battlecruiser group is getting very small, and that's it. A good game out of chainick. Good game out of ProCoW. chainick is defeated, and ProCoW is victorious. Yes. Yes. That was a good one. That was a good mid-rank madness. Woo. What a wonderful game there. Again, I think our Protoss player might have lost more, although that's a lot of dead BCs. Let's take a look. Resources lost, 75,000 lost for ProCoW, and chainick sitting at 46. So he was basically half-ish of the Protoss player. 51 Void Rays dead, 12 carriers, 51 stalkers, so many construction facilities, so many building facilities. And chainick lost 27 Battlecruisers, which that actually hurts as well. 27 BCs, 115 Marines, 120 SCVs killed. ProCoW is just patient, man. Expanded everywhere, had his stalkers that were faster than BCs, got enough of Void Rays, replanted his production facilities when they got lost, and otherwise just stayed one step ahead of chainick for probably the last like 20 minutes of the game, I feel like, and got the win. So hats off to ProCoW, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, a mid-rank madness edition. Woo! You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. Justice. Our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Ascension is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. May the gods watch over you. Shaladu. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Shaladu. Kalarulas. Karamulas. Aklaranus. Naslaran. Kinalatu. Kasa.